Welcome back. I'm going to just a second keeping the chat pumped up here a little bit. Okay, so I like my bass violin configuration. Okay, so I do have a problem, and that is let's see if I can just add a couple here, and let's see if I can delete. Okay, so actually my problem here is that after deleting one, for some reason it won't allow me to select any others until well, it won't allow me to select any others. So let's just go ahead and just remove this. Let's see if I can remove this. No, see, can I remove it now? Nope. Can I remove this one? Nope. See, it's not registering in selection for some reason. I'm not sure why. So, can I delete it now? Nope. If I put it over here, move it now? No? I don't know why it's not selecting. Um, so somehow I have to delete it. Selection's no longer there. And it was working fine before, so something I changed in the scripts did this. So let's go to editor map, and let's go on remove room button. Is removing room. Disconnect the selection change signal to prevent it from firing during removal. Clear the editor's selection. Okay. Get the room's ID to locate the files. Select a room. Okay. Currently selected room is that remove children. Currently selected room that get parent is equal to rooms. Currently selected room owner equals null. Rooms dot remove child currently selected room. House warning. Free the room node. Holy node add child currently selected room. Clear this selected room. Reset the removal flag. Rebuild room's dictionary. Hmm. Where's custom save? Enter tree. Subtract container. Add visibility. Button size. Process. If not, remove button is connected. button, connect, pressed. Remove room button, pressed. Okay. So let's go to editor map, let's select all, let's copy, and we're gonna ask Grok if it can tell me where's the current editor script. For some reason, I can only remove one room, and after that, I can't select any more rooms. That is, even when I select something in the scene tree, it doesn't register. In fact, let me do a thing real quick here. Let's reload save scene. Uh, okay, reload save scene. It's actually okay. That. And come on. Okay. See, selected node. Okay, so let's see where it says selected node. Okay, let's find selected node. If not selected nodes is empty, is instance valid, selected node, selected node, selected node 0. If not, if it's not empty, then check it. The thing is, on selection changed is not being fired. Here, let's do a debug print. On selection changed, executed. That looks so. Okay, and let's go ahead and see, reload save scene. Let's clear that out. Let's go back to 2D. Okay. Plus. See, it automatically selects it. And plus. I don't strictly need a third one, but I'm doing it just because so there's more to remove. So what I do is I remove it. Okay. Now when I select it again, it's not being fired. See? In fact, it's not even getting to this return, so this is not the problem. The problem is on selection change isn't fired afterwards. Search, find in files. On selection changed. Okay. So Unselected change. That's the func. If editor selection is connected, selection change, callable, disconnect. On remove button pressed. So this tells it to disconnect. Now, do I reconnect? Somehow I don't reconnect it, do I? But it should reconnect in the processing of the script. So I'm not sure what the problem with that is. Okay. When I select something in the scene tree, it doesn't register a selection. In fact, the function doesn't even execute with on remove button. What's it called? On remove button. Pressed. It does disconnect it while it's doing its work. However, it's supposed to reconnect somewhere, I am guessing, in the plugin script where it runs process. Here's the plugin script. Custom save, select all, copy. Any ideas that, what was it called? Call it on selection. It's why on selection changed doesn't fire. Microphone's on, desktop is on, good, good, and good. Okay. I'll let it. And I thought that during the process, it notices when it's disconnected and then it reconnects it. So maybe it's not. Maybe that's the problem. After which on select stops firing the room, select the related during removal, but not properly reconnected, causing the editor to stop detecting selection changes. After removing the room, the remove button disconnects, right? Plugin script process handles button connections, save, add, and remove, but doesn't manage the selection chain signal for editor selection. Editor map, GD, on remove button press, manages the checks. Okay. The signal is disconnected to avoid on selection chain firing during removal. Unlike your expectation, the reconnection happens elsewhere. Plugin script on remove button press doesn't reconnect the signal. The plugin script's process only reconnects button signals, not selection changed. After first removal, yeah, well, it disconnects, right? Disconnects. But but the thing that gets me is I thought it was working before, and maybe it wasn't. And I thought we had fixed this error because it was an error at one point, and I thought we fixed it. Plugin script process doesn't handle selection chains. No other code. The signal is connected and ready. Works initially, but then I can offer disconnections. Moving the room to the holding node avoids selection crashes, but doesn't affect the issue directly. Reconnect to restore. Right. Okay, so reconnect it. Yeah, I get it. I I guess I do it. Okay. Okay, I understand. I understand why it wasn't firing, but I thought for sure this was an error I had experienced before and that we fixed it. I assumed it was in the plugin script, but of course it wasn't. Is it to reconnect? Wise to reconnect at the end of the remove function? Because isn't that just a bit of code? In other words, no time really passes at the start of the function versus the end of the function. Anything familiar bug? Okay, as you know, there's no. All right. Your question about whether reconnecting the section at the end of the given that no time really passed between disconnecting is a great one. Let's dive into like some of them. Okay, as we identified, disconnects. Yes. Without reconnecting at the end, I get that, but would you reconnect it elsewhere? So the tree don't trigger. Uh, on remove button press runs synchronously with the minus buttons pressed. Disconnecting and reconnecting with the same function happens in a single frame, so no external events typically occur. Firing during clear or when modifying the scene tree. Without disconnection, selection chains made it good. Right? Yeah. Is removing. Edge cases, redundancy, alternative, avoid disconnection. I don't want to avoid it, obviously. Uh, it's possible we did fix it, and something I did change that. I'm just thinking maybe reconnection could be via a call deferred. I could make a function that reconnects on selection changed. And is called deferred to wait until the next frame. Is that not necessary? The idea of reconnection to the next frame is a cautious approach, and it's worth exploring whether it's necessary or beneficial. At the end of analyze the pros and the cons, current issue recap, postfix adds reconnection at the end. Your suggestion for reconnection aims to ensure the scene tree and editor are fully settled after removal of this value. Execution runs synchronously with the minus button is pressed. All operations, including clear, select, and remove the room, moving the holding node, complete in the same frame. Signal safety. Queue free doesn't do that, but moving it to the holding node does, which is why we have the holding node there. So it is safe because removal is complete. No selections are expected. Publics. Sure, C tree is fully updated. Avoiding edge cases, deferred handling, you're concerned. Delayed selection. Adding a helper function, introduce slight overhead, edge cases. If the editor selection system queues events fire immediately after, realize the internal state, leading to errors on your code doesn't show signs of these issues. Try synchronous first, defer if needed. Alright, fine. Okay, fine. We'll just copy. Okay. I mean, I can go ahead and do the thing, the thing. Right, this and this one should reconnect it here. Yes. Save scene. No, it's selected. Selected. Okay. All right, that seems to work. Seems to work. So I guess I'll leave it because that works. It's just a little. I thought that it for sure that it had the problem before and that it was fixed. So maybe it still was at a certain point. Okay, so let's do this again. Add selected node, new location, on selection change executed. Or is add button pressed? New label. There's nothing here yet. Editor room dot create. Add room to editor map. Editor selection. Editor interface get selection. Editor selection dot clear. Add node. New room. New room was the one we just created. Uh, okay. What I'm looking at, the one thing that is just oh that's all right. Reload save scene. Right, it's not there anymore. That's fine. Okay. Oh, it works fine. That little bit I was just looking at is because when you remove it, then nothing is selected, and I'm wondering if I shouldn't select like the last thing selected or something. I could save whatever the last selected node was if one was selected, and then I could return to it to remove. I don't know. I'll leave it like this because that makes sense. Anyways, so okay, so now we got that sorted, I believe. Everything's working. Where's this panel already exists? Created. Panel already exists for room. Let's see. And now, what's the setup visuals? Room. Panel already exists for room. Let's see something here. Print. Creating new panel for room. Common name. Let's say scene. Okay, so what's the deal here? Create a new panel for a room, main menu. Hmm. Okay, so here's just a weird thing. Room. I don't find room. Editor, editor, failed to load room. Room not exist, right? Create a new panel for room. Room created. Let's go to editor map. Okay, load all rooms. Where's setup? Okay, copy the output. Uh, I'll move inbound from rooms a bit later. I'm trying to figure out a small issue. Here is output of reloading a saved scene. So according to this, a new panel is created, then I get the debug print room created. Then panel already exists. Not sure why this indicates a panel is created first before the room is created, and then it's jumped to and then somehow it's called again, causing it to say the panel is already created. Okay, extra streaming output. Likely editor room is attempting to create a new panel for each room, then detects panel already exists, printing panel already exists. Panel creation is called twice, or the check for an existing panel is happening after creation. Sequence: creating new panel, name likely editor room, create for JSON. Room printed load all rooms, yes. Exist. Panel is created successfully the first time, and the subsequent call tries to recreate it, triggering the already exist print. Creates a room, likely sets up initial visuals. Add room to editor map, calls setup visuals. Multiple calls in load all rooms, which may redundantly attempt to create or configure the panel. Double panel creation. Load all rooms calls setup visuals via add room to editor map, then calls update door visuals, update inbound, update door lines twice. Once in sorted rooms, once in predicted values. If the update inbound visual tries to recreate the panel, it triggers that already exist. So you haven't shared editor room dot gd. Here. Hold on, let me paste editor room.gd. One moment, please. Select all. Copy. Paste. Let's go ahead and there we go. Let's just it's gonna be a okay. It'll just tell me where I'm doing redundantly. With editor room, we can now pinpoint setup visuals is called. Creating a new panel. Setup panel exists for room. It's called again. Create from JSON called setup visuals. Just creates the panel and creating a new room. Let all rooms. Prints. After code. Interesting. It's starting to flub up here. because I think this is supposed to be showing a little, like a code block or something. Set visuals again. Call twice per room during loading. Once in create from JSON, and once in add room to editor map. When adding to the scene tree, the second call is redundant since the panel is already created. No functional issue. Created correctly the first time. Second call doesn't. The second call doesn't create duplicates, right? Purely misleading the debug print. Little rooms also calls multiple times, and these don't affect the panel they manage. Scene reload. The output occurs during scene reload, triggered by ready calling load all rooms. To stop the panel already exists, remove the redundant setup visuals, call and add room to editor map since create already handles it. Visitor set of visual runs once per room creation. Okay. Rooms are added without create from JSON. My setup visuals slightly skip existing panels. This is less ideal. Sorted rooms. Okay, so let's go to add room. Okay. Where's it at? Add. There we go. Add room to editor map. Let's just go ahead and we'll comment this out. Do this. Scene reload, save scene. Creating the panel for room Cerulean. Room Cerulean created. Okay, cool. Okay. Set up visuals. Search for creating new. Okay, we can delete that. Awesome. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's just go do that to let's see here. All rooms. All rooms. There is a reason that I did this part here. Okay, I can comment that out. And I can probably go ahead and reload save scene. Okay, and then we go over here. It should look right. Okay. We'll leave those in there. Infamous. Okay. And new tab, page 1. Okay, inbound is still in there, and it still saves it. I don't need to save inbound. Okay, let's find where that's at. Actually, going to comment that out, I think. On save button. Hmm. It's supposed to call the save function. Oh, save metadata, save data for room. There we go. That's what we want. Inbound data. Count in strings. Okay, so let's just do, we're going to do a thing here. And it probably means that, I keep forgetting. Um, Inbound data is not going to matter. Okay, and now let's see if this is going to screw up if I save it. So if I save it, let's do one thing here. We're going to copy. Select all. Control A. Copy. Uh, right. Okay, bring it back up. Paste. So we're going to make sure everything is the same. So that way, okay. So, presumably, clear this out. Presumably, it's not going to save the inbounds. And we'll see if it messes up reloading. It shouldn't mess up reloading because everything just says if it's there, then go load it. Save room. Now, let's go in here. Let's go into rooms, right? And does it matter here? Okay, so inbound is gone now, right? Okay, that's fine. Because it's so it rebuilds it, and that's really all we need it for right now. Now let's reload save scene. Let's see if it reloads okay or if it's like disconnected now. Oh, everything seems to be working. All right. Now let's go ahead and check. Yeah. So we'll check all these, and the ones past like over here. This still has inbound, but it won't have inbound once I'm done. So it looks like I got everything done that I was supposed to get done. And again, I am half an hour early. I'm not really half an hour early. It's just that I work on something, and it seems like if it takes a long time, then it takes over several days. But when I go to finish it up, it always takes an hour. The last part, the last thing, always takes an hour. So it always seems like I have half an hour left every time, before my break. My break, of course, is 1:30, and it's you know that's 30, a little over 30 minutes. But everything seems to be working now, which is cool. Um, I don't know if I should nitpick this just uh, because I am going to end up changing it and stuff. But yeah, now I can actually start on my layout tool. That's actually the one thing that I was going to do is I was going to remove all of the links, the lines, and everything for when I prep uh, the new editor map. And another thing I just realized, I might either have to do a completely separate project, which I could do, but I don't really want to maintain two separate projects. Better that I create a new editor map, but then also need to find a way of not using the visuals, lines, and all that um, in this newer editor map. So I have to figure out if there's a way I can do that. That way I can I only have to worry about a duplicate editor map script. Anyways, okay, everything is good. Redone. See dropped. Inbound rooms don't save to JSON anymore. Okay. Now we can go on to the next portion. I don't know why it wants me to clean up the holding node. Holding node is working like it's supposed to. Why do I ever want to free the holding node unless before exit 3, since I was doing this so it wouldn't crash on me? Why would? Keeps on insisting that I should free the holding node. After using holding node to prevent selection-related crashes during a room removal. Your concern is spot on. Holding node is introduced to safely handle remove room. But we need to ensure any change preserves that stability. Let's clarify why you're using holding node. Evaluate the implications of freeing its children earlier, and determine if it's a good next step or we should focus elsewhere. Moves it to a holding node instead of freeing it immediately. Purpose: moving the room to a holding node prevents immediate freeing, which avoids crashes in Redot's editor when selected node is removed. Redot's editor selection system can crash or throw errors if a selected room is free before selection clear or other operation complete. Current cleanup holding node children are freed in exit tree. Yes, on purpose. This delays freeing until the editor scene is unloaded, ensuring no selection-related crashes greater memory time. I suggested freeing holding node and children on remove after adding the room to reduce potential risks. Memory management: keeping rooms in holding node until exit tree retains them in memory, potentially accumulating if you remove many rooms in a long editor session. Freeing immediately after removal reduces memory usage, especially for large rooms with many children. Rooms in holding node may still be processed by Redot's editor and update door visuals or signals not properly detached, potentially causing null get tree errors like you previously saw. Freeing after editor selection clear and remove room's child minimizes this risk, as the room is no longer needed. Clearing the holding node right after removal keeps the scene tree cleaner, reducing this chance of stale nodes affecting editor behavior. Your concern about crashes is valid. Freeing holding node children immediately could reintroduce issues if selection system Redot's editor selection still references the remove room after editor selection clear. That's what it did. Your current setup avoids this by keeping the room alive in holding node until the editor session ends. Similar to defer calls, if the editor or your code tries to access the removed room in the same frame, freeing it could cause errors. Editor quirks. Redot's editor can be finicky around with node removal, especially if the scene tree or selection system hasn't fully processed the change. Given that holding node was added to prevent crashes likely due to selection errors, freeing earlier requires ensuring the editor's selection system is fully cleared and no deferred operations access the room. Freeing earlier is safe. With your current setup, is likely safe because selection cleared. Ensure that the editor no longer references the room. Yeah, but somehow it did though. The call deferred reconnection selection change ensures the selection handling resumes the next frame after removal is complete. Room installation. Moving the room to holding node detaches it from rooms, so it's no longer processed by rebuild rooms, dictionary, or assign inbound rooms. However, to avoid reintroducing crashes, we should free holding node children after all operations. Use queue free to clear to defer freeing to the end of frame, giving Redot's editor time to process changes. Proposed fix: free holding node and on remove button pressed. Update to clean up holding node after all operations. Yeah, but if it starts, okay. Deferred frame. Attach from rooms before frame. If free dots, header selection, or scene tree process the removed room in the same frame could deferred key free minimizes this deferred operations. Huh. Risk of keeping rooms and holding node are low unless they remove many rooms. Hmm. Um, I guess I could also could probably keep the code in exit tree even with fix, right? No, that's not what you want to do because you want it to crash if it's gonna crash. Okay, let's go through this thing step by step. What code do I need to add to on move button pressed? Hmm. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, you know? I mean, I could stop it, I guess, but I find sometimes when I stop it and then I try to ask it something, it somehow it flubs it. It starts not working right. Okay, when I said that by step. I meant you tell me a small thing to do. I do it, and then I come back and ask you for the next step. I don't want, I don't need a whole huge code block. Just the relevant code and where to place it. And please keep all code in line. So I'm going to put some code at the end of on remove button pressed. What is that code, and is that where I put it specifically? Okay, got it. You want single small code change for start freeing holding in place exactly at the end of the function. You'll come back for the next step after that. So let's do this. New cleanup code. Add this code at the end of arm just before call deferred. Okay. Right before the final call deferred. Okay. Let's do that. On the remove button. Okay. See, I don't even have a call deferred on here. I don't think. Okay. Okay, we need to back up a bit. I don't have a call deferred line. As I took your suggestion and placed a reconnect code at the end of the function instead of a separate function. My apologies, thanks for clarifying. You implemented the synchronous reconnection instead of using call deferred. This is still the same code. The very end after your existing reconnection code. Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay, right. Um, Connected, selection change, reconnected. If not, okay. We'll put this up here. Print. Removed room. Room 80. Okay, that's fine. After the cleanup. Okay, let's do that too. Copy. Okay, so I'm just going to test it then. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and scene. Reload, save scene. Go to 2D. Add a couple of things here. What happened? Wait a minute, where's new location? Uh-oh. Alright. Let's go back to the script. And let's just go ahead and reload. Add. Okay, that's great. So apparently, ah, the a panel is not created now when I hit the add plus button. This has something to do with setup visuals not being called, I think. Actually, let me check that to make sure. Let's go to add on add room. Oh, add room to editor map. No longer called setup visuals. Maybe I can fix that myself though. New room got setup visuals. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's say scene. The 2D. Let's go ahead and add. Okay, that's all we needed. All right. Add one more. We'll zoom in here a little bit. Okay. Now let's go ahead and all right. So I actually fixed that. So let's go back to on remove. Okay, now I can uncomment this. And then go ahead and reload, save scene, and then 2D here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add to this. Okay, so let's go ahead here and let's remove that. And let's go back in the script and see if it comes out on me. Well, I hit save, so. And I'm getting buzzed on my. Oh, wow. Pulse is reminding me to refill my prescription. Okay. Give me a quick sec here. What time is it? Well, I still got 10 minutes. Or whatever less. Um, let's just see what's available. Okay, confirm. In progress. All right. Enough of that. And okay, so okay. Oh, oh. Yep, yep. Okay, then I just tested and it crashes out on me. So the holding node is going to have to be removed in exit tree, just like it has been. And no, I don't want to try to fix this, as this was the fix. Putting it in a holding node and then bring it at the end. I completely understand wanting to stick with the current setup. It's a proven fix, prevents the pesky selection related crashes. Since the cleanup, worth the change. So okay, so let's revert. And oh, what? Oh, that's right. I have to. Let's go. Let's go to. Oh, okay. Let's where's favorites? Favorites. New tab. Favorites. Let's rerun it. Okay. And there we go. on remove. And let's go ahead and we can leave that debug print in. Do this and this and even this. Save, reload save scene, go to 2D, fill this out just for fun. Okay, let's go ahead and remove this one. Okay, let's go to script. Let's go around in script. I'm just going to confirm. Assign inbound rooms. Selection changed. Okay. Set up visuals. Honestly, I could probably take this, that, and I could put it here, and S. Alright, the notification thing there. Okay, that's alright. Okay, let's go back to 2D. Okay. Script. Alright. So this is fine by me. And it's just about time for break. Location, editor, create. I wonder if I could call set visuals after creating the room. Oh, that might be something. I don't know if that would make it cleaner or not. But anyways, it looks like everything's working now. Um, Toggle for debug prints. Process loop to connect the button signals once in the enter tree. Okay, so confirmed the old method still works. Alright, I'm not sure how trivial or not this is, but is there a quick way I can adjust line thickness based on zoom level? line thickness jump based on the editor's zoom level, which is a great idea to improve visibility in your layout tool. Fairly straightforward as we can access the editor's zoom level via editor interface. Scale the line thickness in custom line 2D. A specific code change is the first step. Just update your lines to scale the line thickness using editor zoom level. Place this just before creating custom line 2D in the loop. Okay. Alright. Right. I need to break now, but I will be back in about 30 minutes. Doesn't mean much to you, I'm sure. And then I will this code for line thickness. Scales the default thickness inversely with the zoom. When zoomed out, thickness increases. When zoomed in, thickness decreases. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go my break here in just a second. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and so do that. Let's go ahead and we're going to a break. So I'll see you after the break. Okay, now what are we working on now? Oh yeah, the line thickness. It's just because it's kind of annoying when you zoom out and the lines disappear. So, um, okay, let's go back to Grok and see what Grok said. Okay. Update door lines. Okay, so let's copy that. Let's go to up. Okay, let's go to update door lines. Be an editor room and door lines right before um back. Okay, let's actually switch back to desktop proper and bar line equals custom line 2D new. Oh god, why does it do that? Um where is it? Okay. Get node or null, start position, range, doors no visuals, inbox. There we go. And update custom line 2D creation to use line thickness. Thickness. Yes. Okay. Add the zoom code just before custom line 2D creation. Okay, so let's go over here and let's go ahead and reload save scene. Yeah, that's not working. I don't know why, but let's go to script. Oh, why? Zoom, okay. Um, Here, let's do, how to get zoom level in, we'll take it to 4.3. How do we report? We're going to 2D camera. You can retrieve the zoom level using the camera 2D class, which provides zoom property vector 2. Get node camera 2D. Now, editor viewport and editor viewport class. Which provides methods and properties to access might need a specific API. See something here. Let's see something here. All right, see if I can find it here. Maybe. Might be old though. Add zoom in and out system of your games editor. Little editor window. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Here's a tool that prints your editor zoom underlined in red in the first post. Yeah, this isn't telling me here, this code. Okay, new zoom. Viewports null, viewport, get viewport, print. Zoom getter VP set, new zoom. Get final transform dot x dot x. If last transform is unequals new zoom. What? That doesn't do anything. Okay, hmm. That's not telling me either. This might be old too. Sub viewport render targets. Hmm. 4.3, okay. Have you tried typing it in or using how do I get the zoom level of editor's TV port in Godot 4.3? Godot, in Godot. Uh, Zoom level. Get final transform y.x. Current zoom level of the editor's 2D viewport. Huh, okay. Where is um doesn't work. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I want to learn how to zoom in and out. Can I set the 2D editor zoom amount precisely? This might be relevant. Pressing one. Okay, no. Oh, maybe this will help. This does not get your doesn't work. Hmm. Okay, I'm still kind of stumped. Hmm. Oh, okay. Um, okay, let's do Chat GPT. What am I asking? Hmm. And go 4.3. How do I get the editor, zoom level? Zoom level in the 2D editor is part of the editor's internal state. Personally, it's not exposed. Huh. We also part a GDScript method to get zoom level. Um, how do I say that? See what it says. Expose the zoom levels expected. This. Oh, it's saying get zoom. So how hard is it to get the dang zoom level? I don't get it. Hmm. Hmm. Well, hmm. I might would have chosen a different name for my editor room, editor, call it layout room and layout door, maybe. Interface. Script. Function. Hmm. Editor settings. Dang. Let me go to Discord. Maybe somebody in there could actually help. Okay, let's go to the redot thing first. Anyone know if there is a way to get the zoom level in the 2D editor? I mean, you can actually look at this number here. What am I looking for? Viewport. The zoom level. Hey, Rook. I am just trying to figure out how to get the dang zoom level so that I can resize the lines so that they don't disappear on me. The 2D viewport in the editor. We'll say Godot number 3. That doesn't work. I did that. I gotta try something though here. Clear that out. Okay. Let's do XX here. Time. Print zoom level equals zoom level. Reload, save scene. It doesn't change. It doesn't seem to change here. Where are we at? Update door lines. Oh, let's see some here. Print, zoom, level, reload, save scene. Oh, wait a second. Why isn't it? That's weird. I mean, that works, I guess, but why is it not outputting anything? Oh, because this is not in real time. That's why. Okay. And this is for creating lines. This isn't for All right. Oh, let's go ahead and put 5.0 back in here. All right, that's fine. And let's just go ahead and remove this zoom level stuff. Because I need to be able to readjust it. It needs to. Hmm, that is interesting. Yeah, it seems like it might be a little bit more trouble than it's worth right now. Because I need to do it in real time, which means that I'm gonna need to be able to see when a change in zoom occurs, and then I'm gonna need it to like recreate the lines. Like, well, I can get to update all the lines. Um, Actually, I might be able to use that same code to update all the lines, but I have to rerun it, I guess, and I'll have to do that based on detecting when zoom is occurring. Hmm. Okay, so I gotta remember that final transform thing. Let's Shoot, I didn't know I had my mic. When did I turn off my mic? Let me see if I turned anything else off. Let me go to the break screen. Media source. Media source 2 isn't showing anything. And then the mic. Okay. Desktop, no webcam. I don't know when I did this. That means I have to re-record my little spiel because it didn't record. The audio is gone. Just too bad, but I guess that's the way that goes. Desktop. Okay, so let me do the recording again. Uh, so evidently, wait a second. Let me. Wait. Let me check something. Okay, so let's go to videos. Let's go to OBS. Let's go to clips. And actually, shoot. Okay, this is for today. All right. Doggone it. Stupid rain. So that means it's storming here. Come on, mute. There we go. Now, let me see if this took. No, this didn't take. That's what I thought. Okay, let's go ahead and delete this. Yeah, this took, though. This was the earlier one. Okay, this did take. I know you can't hear it because I don't have the desktop audio on in OBS. But now I have to re-record the little recording thing. So, here we go. Today is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, and today I fixed two things. One is there was a problem with deleting more than one room after you reloaded because it wouldn't select anything else after that because I had disconnected it while removing nodes so that it wouldn't interfere. So I fixed that with Grok's help. So it reconnected the signal. So now I can remove rooms. And then the other thing that I did was the thickness thing here. The thickness is about 2 here, and then the further back you go, the thicker it gets. So the lines never disappear anymore. So and that's pretty much all I got done today. So there's that. Okay, so I guess that does it. Does it for today. Okay, let's do a screenshot real quick. We'll do a window. And we'll just go ahead and save it. And that's good. That's for later. Okay, so I want to say thanks, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.